We are going to explore more about what is hydrogen cyanide and how does it affect our health when we consume it. Cassava is a nutty flavored, starchy root vegetable or tuber. It is native to South America. It's a major source of calories and carbs for people in many countries. On top of that, Nigeria, Thailand, and Indonesia are the world's leading cassava producers. Cassava root is particularly high in protein, vitamin C, folate, potassium, and niacin. So what are the health benefits of cassava? Cassava is high in resistant starch, a type of starch that feeds the bacteria in your gut and may help reduce inflammation and promote digestive health. It also contains high vitamin C in which body needs for a variety of health issues. It also contains proteins and lipids. Cassava also contains other antioxidants such as anti-inflammatory phenolic components in every meal served. A number of antioxidants that can work synergistically to enhance inflammatory-related health processes in the short and long term. Although there's some benefits of adding cassava to your diet, there are also downsides to consider. Cassava contains 191 calories per 3.5 ounce of serving, which is high compared with other root vegetables. For comparison, the same serving size of sweet potatoes has 90 calories, while the same amount of carrot has 35 calories. Its high calorie content is what makes it such an important staple crop in many countries. However, keep in mind that consuming more calories than you burn can contribute to weight gain over time. Cassava may be dangerous if consumed raw, in large amounts, or if prepared improperly. Raw cassava contains chemicals called cyanogenic glycosides. If eaten, these can release cyanide into your body. Regularly consuming cyanogenic glycosides or eating them in high amounts increase the risk of cyanide poisoning. Cyanide poisoning is associated with impaired thyroid and nerve function, paralysis, organ damage, and even death. Because consuming cyanogenic glycosides on a regular basis or in large quantities raises the risk of cyanide poisoning. This is due to protein aids in the removal of cyanide from the body. Persons with a poor nutritional condition and a low protein consumption are more prone to suffer from these side effects. What are the effects of processing on cassava? Processing cassava by peeling, chopping, and cooking it significantly reduces its content of vitamins, minerals, fiber, and resistant starch. Still, cooking the root before consumption is necessary to avoid side effects. Some older studies have found that boiling cassava root retains more nutrients compared with other cooking methods like roasting or frying. The exception is vitamin C, which is sensitive to heat and easily leaches into water. People should soak sweet cassava tubers in water for 4 to 6 days, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) trusted source. Cassava roots can be processed in a variety of ways, including fermentation, boiling, drying, steaming, baking, blanching, frying, and parboiling. The cyanide level of cassava is reduced as a result of these procedures, as well as other impacts on cassava quality. Bitter cassava cultivars require more extensive preparation before boiling, such as grating or crushing, and soaking in water. Bitter cassava, on the other hand, is not widely available in United States.
Created using Powtoon.
There was an article stated that an outbreak occurred in Uganda back in 2017. So what actually happened was, cassava is a key source of carbohydrates in tropical locations and Uganda's second most extensively cultivated and consumed food after bananas. In western Uganda's Cassava district, a funeral was held. Following the burial, 33 people were hospitalized to Bwera Hospital in Cassava district with symptoms including diarrhea, vomiting, stomachache. Cassava flour from the tainted batch was traced back to a single supplier and confirmed to have a significant cyanogenic concentration. Police collected all cassava flour from the stores identified as the patient's source of the flour after learning of the investigation's results. As a conclusion of those outbreaks, it shows that cyanogenic glycosides, which can cause lethal cyanide poisoning if not thoroughly detoxified before consumption by soaking, drying, and scraping, Indirect consumption of cyanide, which is naturally present in cassava at Vietnam, Indonesia, and Philippines. In 2017, the estimated prevalence of undernourishment in Southeastern Asia was 98%, largely constant from 2015 to 2016. While this is lower than the stated general prevalence of malnutrition in Asia, 114%, it is nonetheless a cause for worry. Cassava is one of the most effective producers of carbohydrates in poor agricultural conditions, as an advantage that is thought to have contributed to nutritional energy source. However, cassava roots naturally contain potentially poisonous cyanogenic glycosides, primarily linamarin, which break down and create hydrogen cyanide, perhaps a defense mechanism against predators. Cyanogens in cassava and their possible health consequences indicates that eating unprocessed high CNP cassava roots might cause symptoms of acute intoxication. According to statistics from the Vietnamese National Institute of Nutrition, the total median daily intake of fresh cassava was 114 grams per day. The total median daily intake of fresh cassava in Indonesia was 901 grams per day. And according to the Philippine Bureau of Agricultural Statistics, the median daily intake of fresh cassava was 728 grams per day.
Created using Powtoon.